You recognize being in love is probably one of the most stunning matters in life. However, it is also one of the most risky. Life is all approximately chance. I understand that. I joined the Marines as a personal, and now I am a corporal. I busted my ass, however, I'm here. I want to stay a Marine for the relaxation of my lifestyles, or at least I desired to. I am in a hard spot. I married my wife 3 years in the past. When I married her, I used to be so in love. The entirety she did made me smile. How she checked out me, how she smiled, laughed, played together with her hair. I loved all of it. Now, I do not know if I love this female in any respect. I was deployed for 8 months. At the same time as I was at the base, my brothers might usually tell me ladies' handiest Mary Squad eyes for blessings. Benefits like the pay, fitness care, training, vacations, all that stuff. They say wives get lonely when we're deployed and bring domestic apparel. Even as I was there, I didn't concentrate to any of this, right? Not all girls are like that, right? Nicely, I do not know anymore. It is now not my location to mention each girl is like this. Now, when I flew domestic, I needed to take a 12-hour flight. I desired to peer my circle of relatives, so terrible, a spouse, and a lovely princess. Being far away from my toddler is like getting punched within the stomach 1 billion times till I see her again. Despite the fact that I chatted with her all the time, I went interior wondering they had been there. I saw nobody domestic, so I sat down waiting for them. I known as my wife, and here she didn't choose up, no text, nothing. I went to the kitchen and started out hearing some thumps. It became coming from the basement. Once I opened the door, I heard a man moaning. I headed down quietly. It benefited me that we have a completely gentle, bushy carpet. Wow. I caught my spouse blowing a person I graduated high school with. We were not great buddies or something. However, we did recognize each other. I couldn't believe this. Now, I don't play this crap. I jumped on the bed and beat this guy. Now, not brutally like other guys do. However, enough to provide him a black eye and a busted lip. He knew she changed into my wife. The wife was screaming not to hit him, that she's sorry. Considering that second, my domestic has been like being at the bottom. This home is nothing but ruined reminiscences. My brothers have been right approximately marriage about my spouse. By no means again will I accept as true with my spouse. Or if I divorce, I need to stay a Marine. This means that it will be a waste of time to marry once more. Yes, we are nevertheless married. This changed into now not too long in the past. I remorse staying together with her every day. I study her now while she smiles at me, and I simply look away. While she hugs me, I simply observe something else, putting one arm around her. While she tries to kiss me, I flip my head. Our favorite component turned into to strive out something we would never eaten earlier than. We might go to different states just to eat at the very best rated restaurants. We have not achieved that due to the fact earlier than the day I left for Asia. I'm simply no longer in love anymore. Once I talk about divorce, she jumps on me pronouncing she's so sorry, showing fake tears. She says that she will never do this again, that she loves me. She confessed to slumbering with him 3 times. So, even as I used to be away, the whole time, she best slept with him 3 times. Yeah, okay. I will be sincere. I probably should be nominated for being the most remote husband. She cries to me pronouncing she misses me, that what she did become a mistake, that she'll do something for us to be similar to before. We do not argue. However, we're more distant than enemies. She constantly suggests that we pass see a counselor. All they're going to do is inform us to make up, something that involves touching her or making eye touch for more than 1-2D. I am no longer doing it. It is why I'm no longer going. I wasn't involved about my daughter. She appears so much like me. She has my ears, eye coloration, and my blonde hair. I do not want a DNA check. Despite the fact that she wasn't mine, she is my existence. I would never leave her. She's the motive I don't divorce and finish off my marriage. One in every of my brothers at the base did not rub it in my face. I consider them announcing, whilst you cross domestic and discover your wife in your bed with someone else, we're going to say, we advised you so. However, he didn't say that. He said I'm ruining my life with the right person. He stated if I failed to divorce, I might be depressing when I should discover a person first rate. Yay, certain. Update. I had a massive melancholy going through a tough divorce. However, I constantly had my little big name with me. My baby comes and hugs me and tells me she loves me. She heals me. I am feeling lots, a whole lot higher after an extended, painful couple of months. However, I'll maintain wearing the ache I needed to undergo. The ache I persisted in boot camp is a league from this. So, I'm going to preserve. And that I were given my little star with me. Who knows? Maybe I'll locate any other lady again. However, it may not be whenever quickly. I found out things. I cannot consider humans, and marriage is one of these waste. I simply must be there for my daughter and myself. I'm hoping you guys are staying safe. You will be surprised what number of people are still getting unwell. Sorry to break. However, if you like my content, please take a moment to enroll in my channel. I without a doubt recognize it. Now, continuing on to our story. Second story. I threw her dildos over the balcony. This passed off about 12 years in the past. I moved in with a woman whom I were relationship for around 8 months. Yeah, we moved type of rapid. However, we each were not satisfied with our home lives, and we'll find the money for a nice condominium together. So, we said screw it. All became properly for the first few months. Then I started out noticing she turned into being shady as hell. She could keep her cell phone with her continuously and positioned it in her pocket even as she becomes sound asleep. Yeah, it truly is not suspicious or something. Additionally, I labored overnights and she or he labored days. When I would leave for work, she could slightly communicate to me in any respect, despite the fact that on occasion we hadn't surely talked or visible every other all day. Besides, I commenced getting a genuinely horrific feeling, as I had been through crap like this before, so I started investigating. She used my PC continuously because she did not have her own. So, I downloaded an exceptional messenger application that she did not understand approximately, which kept logs of the chats. She failed to recognize that either. So, I began noticing that she turned into flirting continuously with different men, hardcore, but hadn't virtually bodily cheated that I knew of. One day, I was operating at nighttime and told my boss about my suspicions. This became a nighttime, and we had 2 hours before something had to be done. So, he said to power domestic and spot if she turned into there. I had a horrific feeling she wouldn't be. She wasn't. I texted her and simply said, "What's up? Wherein are you?" She stated, "The dwelling room watching TV." She instructed me she turned into at her pal's house, a guy I knew who wanted her. She knew it too. The final kicker passed off a week later when she went to a party with a bunch of her pals and did not come domestic that nighttime in any respect. I noticed on Facebook that every one of her buddies had been online and telling tales approximately the celebration as it was over. She nonetheless wasn't domestic. So, while she were given domestic, she changed into performing extremely candy and loving and, yeah, I knew something become wrong. In the end, the stop you have been watching forgot here that identical day. The CharterNet guy become at our rental because my internet turned into tousled. While he changed into there, she went to offer the canine a bath and occurred to leave her telephone at the counter. I needed to do it. I looked at her texts. The first actual one I noticed changed into a guy I did not recognize, and it stated, "Did you want it whilst I was on top?" One after that said, "Subsequent time we're going to use toys." She liked to consist of vibrators and stuff in intercourse times. I snapped. I obviously had my suspicions and quite a great deal knew. However, this was 100% confirmation. I looked at the Constitution guy, who become nonetheless running on the internet, and stated, "Dude, you bought to move. I don't even care about the internet. I just discovered out this complaint cheated on me." He became like, "Yep," later. As soon as he turned into out the door, I lost my goddamn mind. Actually, I don't remember a variety of what came about. I simply recollect yelling and her seeking to be mad at me for looking at her cell phone. What I don't forget was announcing, "So, subsequent time you're going to use toys, huh?" Then I proceeded to stroll over to in which she kept all of the dildos, carrying them to our second-story balcony. and throwing them off into the field behind our condominium. We had residences underneath, next to, and above us. Then I left earlier than I threw her off too. I went and sat in my automobile to try and regain composure, so I failed to pace out of there like a bat out of hell. Then I got to watch her wander around the sector in simple view of all the associates and choose up her dildos. I desire I should have laughed approximately at then, but I honestly was in no temper. However now, whenever I consider it, I can't help however chortle my ass off.